Okay, hello, my beautiful Sambles and Heroes. Welcome to the 28th episode of the Rosie Lastra Podcast. This is the 16th version of the East Meets West series, sponsored by Jeremy's Unity Flight LLC. I'm Rosie Lastra, your host tonight and founder of the Jeremy's Unity Flight LLC. I guide high-capacity adults navigating grief, trauma, illness, or major life disruption through structured identity reconstruction. Because healing is not science or faith. It is the integration of both. And tonight, we are decoding the integration code. Most people think rebuilding their life is about willpower. Pray harder, push harder, stay positive, be strong. But honestly, trauma rewires the brain. Grief dysregulates the nervous system. And you cannot rebuild your life using the same nervous system that collapsed it. That is why so many powerful people surviving something catastrophic end up quietly living a life of survival mode for years. You are not weak. You are dysregulated. And there's a difference, guys. Neuroplasticity teaches us that the brain changes through repetition and emotional intensity. Researchers like Andrew Haberman explain how stress reshapes neural circuits. Teachers like Joe Dispenza talk about rewiring identity through elevated emotion. But here's what they don't always say clearly. If your nervous system does not feel safe, you cannot install a new identity. You'll stay in fight, flight, or freeze. And these states become your personality. And then we call it who I am. But it's not who you are. It is what your body learned so it could survive. The Bible says in Romans 12:2, be transformed by the rewiring of your mind. That is neuroplasticity language, guys. Transformation is not emotional hype. It is renewal. Renewal requires repetition. Repetition requires regulation. Faith without regulation becomes spiritual striving. Science without spiritual becomes sterile performance. Integration is the bridge. Now I want to take you somewhere personal. I want to let you guys know my story. I lost my son Jeremy to cancer. 4 years of fighting. 4 years of believing. 4 years of researching alternative and integration healing options for Jeremy. Not because I wanted to become an expert, but because when you love someone that deeply, you refuse to stop looking for answers. I studied nutrition, supplements, detoxation, light therapies, energy work, prayer, meditation, anything that could help the body heal. I'm not a doctor, but by the end of those 4 years, I understood something most people never realize. Healing is bigger than one system. And then September 15th came along. When you lose a child, you don't lose a person. You lose the version of yourself that existed before that moment. For 8 months, I wasn't Rosie the leader. I was Rosie the human. And let me tell you something. Grief is not glamorous. People say, you're so strong to me. That's what they would say. Meanwhile, I'm in my kitchen staring at the refrigerator like it personally offended me because, guys, I went from 150 pounds to 249 pounds. Not because I joined a bodybuilding program, not because I was trying to blow up. Grief will give you the most unwanted transformation package you have ever seen. I remember thinking at times, okay, God, I asked for purpose. This is not what I meant. And if we're being honest, I didn't believe I had the it factor to even do podcasting. Because most days it felt like my nervous system was Windows 98, yes, buffering. Give me a minute, guys. And yes, I'm still working on the nervous system, guys. Less than a month before committing to sorry guys, less than a month of committing to my transformational coach Darren, I wasn't sure I had the it factor. I told him, and I laugh about it now because here I am on my 28th podcast episode and the 16th episode in the East Meets West series. But back then I was serious. I thought, maybe I'm too emotional. Maybe I'm too spiritual. Maybe I'm too structured. Or maybe I'm just not structured enough. Grief has a way of messing with your mind. It doesn't just break your heart. It questions your identity. But here's what changed everything. I realized I didn't need confidence. I needed regulation. And that's what I keep doing every time I'm breathing, guys. I did not become stronger by pretending. I've been becoming stronger by regulating. Let me say this clearly. I'm not becoming stronger by pretending. I'm becoming stronger by regulating. And no, that doesn't mean I'm floating around peacefully quoting scriptures. There's been days I've been quoting scriptures, and there's been days I've been arguing with God too. Actually, now I've kind of stopped arguing with God, but I was arguing before. Okay, and there were days my prayer sounded like, Lord, I trust you, but I also don't know what's happening. That's real faith. Regulation for me looked like this. Breathing when I didn't want to. Walking when I wanted to stay in bed. Recording even when I doubted myself, including today. Give me a minute. Showing up when I felt invisible. Guys, this is not hype. This is discipline. This is not performance. This is integration. And slowly, my nervous system has been stabilizing. Definitely not perfectly, and not all at once. I'm still working on it every single day. But something important has been beginning to shift. Because when your nervous system starts to stabilize, your thoughts begin to stabilize. When your thoughts begin to stabilize, your identity starts to stabilize. And when your identity begins to stabilize, execution becomes possible. Not perfect execution, but forward movement. That's when Jeremy's Unity Flight started becoming structured. That's when the podcast stopped being an idea and started becoming a mission. And I realized something very important. Strength did not come from pretending I was okay. Strength has been coming from learning how to build safety inside my body, one day at a time. And I'm still practicing that, guys, every single day. So here's the integration code, guys. You regulate, you reveal, you rewire, and then you rebuild. Give me a minute. Regulation creates safety. Safety reveals truth. Truth allows rewiring. And rewiring supports rebuilding. That is identity reconstruction. If you are a powerful, intelligent adult who survived something life-altering, and you are tired of functioning but not fully living, you don't need more motivation. You need integration. East without West becomes mystical escape. West without East becomes clinical exhaustion. Integration is leadership, and this is your invitation. I'm Rosie Lastra. This is the Rosie Lastra Podcast, and this is where faith and science take flight. If this resonated with you, remember this. Your grief did not disqualify you. Your sensitivity did not weaken you. It was a calling. Visit jeremy'sunityflight.com for free journals and healing blogs. Subscribe, like, and share this with someone who needs hope today. Until next time, guys, keep healing, keep rising, and keep flying. The flight continues. You are not grounded. You are refueling. Let's fly. Good night, guys. Thank you so very much. And God bless.